Back at it today. This one's probably going to be a fairly short one. Actually, I got a new mic on the camera, and I'm using one of my other GoPros, one of my other Hero 5s, because I'm cheap. That's why I have Hero 5s. They've always treated me right. But anyways, that's what I'm using. And got a new mic on it, so we'll see how that sounds. Hopefully I don't lose the audio, and hopefully it was just the mic that was the issue. But anyways, today, got GSR head here. Came off that engine I got from a buddy of mine. I got it all tore down, got everything cleaned up. Cleaned up really good. It's pretty nice. But got to take it to the machine shop tomorrow to do the valve job and stuff on it. I would normally do this stuff at my work, but I am currently backed up and I don't have time to stop production and start on a cylinder head for myself. So I've got to take it somewhere else, and we have a local machine shop that specializes in cylinder heads. They do awesome work. They've done a handful of cylinder heads for me in the past. So I'm going to take this up there tomorrow and drop this off to them, let them work their magic, and then we'll get this back, and then we'll be able to throw it on the budget engine and button that motor up and get it ready to go in the car whenever we get to that point. But one thing we're going to do today, this is going to be a little how-to. First off, we've got one of these exhaust bolt holes that is pretty well stripped out. It looks pretty clean, like it's just pulled about half the threads out of it. And then we've actually got a broken bolt in here. So now that I got the head disassembled and everything and clean, we're going to take it out to the shop. We're going to fix this. I'm going to show you how to tap and helicoil it. Some people make helicoil really difficult. I don't know why. It's pretty easy, honestly. And I say that and I'm probably going to end up messing it up. And then this one here, we're going to try and extract this bolt without a bolt extractor. So anyways, sit back, show you what we got. I'm gonna grab the old trusty drill here, and if I'm not mistaken, all these here, judging from the looks of it, these are 8x125. That's what this is. LS actually LS rocker stand bolt, but yeah, 8x125. Let me make sure I even have a helicoil for this. Is that it? No, maybe that might be it. I don't know if this is it for sure. We got a couple of them here. One of them I know for certain is 8x125, and the other one I'm not too sure about. And 8x125. I think these are 8x125. Scheisse. Oh, let's see here. This has to do it, right? 21/64, 21/64. All right, so the kid will tell you what drill bit to use. Can you see it there? 21/64 drill bit or 0.328. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill down in this hole. Probably gonna knock the camera over, but you're just gonna want to try and keep it as straight as you can. If you use the right drill bit size, with very little effort, it should just pull itself right down in the hole and keep itself relatively straight. If you try and use the wrong drill bit size and stuff, obviously it's not going to work quite as well. But the way they set these up with their drill bit sizes, I mean, it should still stay relatively straight on its own. So we're just going to try and keep the drill bit as straight as we can, low speed, and just let her go. Oh, and not turn the cylinder head. Nope. I like to do it a little bit at a time. Use a little air, blow it out, and you'll be able to tell when you drill it and you look down inside there. you can see where the drill bit kind of bottoms out, and then there's that little edge that's a circle all the way around it, and you can tell there that it's equally like around the whole circle there. So pretty sure that's very, very straight. Now what we're gonna do is grab our little trusty 8x125 tap here. Run this right on down in here. And this, you're gonna have to actually try and keep straight. You know, if you're not careful, it will get crooked on you. So you just try and inch it down little by little, and you'll know if it's going in crooked depending on how hard it is to tap. It shouldn't be real hard to tap because you use the correct drill bit size, so it should tap really easy. And judging by this, you can see there, straight up and down here, and straight up and down there. So we're good to go. We're gonna run this down inside here. And just run it down until it hits the bottom. In all honesty, some people might say otherwise, but I'm just gonna run her down to the bottom. I'm gonna turn this on its side because it's gonna make this a little easier for me because I'm turning the cylinder head over. Now that I know that I got it straight, just gonna run it down in here. You'll feel it stop, or you know, if you're putting too much pressure on it, you might not feel it stop. But if I don't put a lot of tension on it, just slowly creep up on it. And then it'll just kind of bottom itself out inside there. We'll pull it out, check and make sure we got threads all the way to the bottom of that hole after I blow the hole out. So you can kind of see it there. Not having a camera that focuses really sucks. But now we got that tapped, we can clean that hole out a little better. And then I'm pretty sure these inserts are 8x125. Pretty sure. Not real sure, but pretty sure. I'll probably regret doing this because I should honestly probably wait until I know for sure I have an 8x125 tap, or not tap, 8x125 helicoil, and it blows out. Burn my fingers because I got cuts all over them. Ow! Do it again. Ow! Shnikes. All right, got her all clean. So now we can put an insert in this. The battery on this camera is going fast. I've been recording for about 10 minutes. It started out at 98% battery life. Now it's at 70. Cool story, bro. All right. So now we're gonna put this in. Same thing with this. You don't want to force it. Just let it do its thing. Nice and easy. It'll go in the hole. Just a little effort. And I normally go just to where it's just barely below the surface. One, that way you don't see that it's an insert. Pull this back out. And right there. There's the start of the thread right there, and I like to get it where it's just below the surface. When you're drilling it or when you're tapping it, you do get a little bit of a burr on there, so I'll take a razor blade and kind of go across it and flatten it out. Don't want there to be a lip there because then the gasket won't seal up very good. But so the helicoil is in there. You can see. Maybe. Come on. There's a little tang. Maybe. How about now? Yeah. You can see that little metal tang right there at the bottom of that insert. If I show you one of these other inserts, right at the bottom of it, there's a little tang right here. So whenever you get it in and set to the height that you want, you're going to stick a screwdriver in from the top side, and you're going to break that little insert or that little tang right there off. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep the insert from moving on you whenever you put another bolt or anything in it. So we're going to grab a screwdriver and we'll break that off. We'll put a bolt in it, make sure that's good. And then I got to find a really small screwdriver. We'll make sure that hole's good, and then we'll go on to the next one that's broken off, and I'll show you how to get this out without using an extractor. Bink. All right, and just like that, I got the tang out, and we'll find us I got so many 8x125 bolts floating around here, it's ridiculous. We'll run that down, let it go all the way down until it stops, and then you'll see we are straight up and down. We got that one fixed, boys. Just like that. Don't make the helicoils harder than it needs to be. You know, if you follow the instructions, use the right drill bit, you know, and just don't force it. It's easy to fix, but we got to get this fixed. With that being said, I need to find a nut, because what we're going to do is we're going to weld a nut to this with the MIG welder, and it should come out relatively easy. Once we get a little heat on it, weld a nut to it. It probably took longer to show you how to use that helicoil than it's gonna for me to. I say that. See, why did I do that? I'm gonna jinx myself. That was stupid. Got a nut. So, you know, a little bigger, or well, actually no, that is an 8x125. So that's gonna be perfect size for that bolt. You don't want it to be too small, because then you're not going to be able to get much of a weld inside of it. That one is sitting below the surface, so I am going to try and put a couple little tacks on it before I try and weld this to it. That way, whenever I build up a little bit of a tack, we can set this on here. It'll kind of center itself over top of that bolt, and then we can go in and burn it in. If you try and like burn through it, just right through the center of that bolt or that nut, you're probably not going to get a lot of penetration on that bolt, and it's probably not going to come out. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and tack a little bit on this, build it up a little bit, and then we'll weld this to that tack, and it should come out pretty easy. Nope, didn't stick. But we're gonna have to get another one. This one should do it. This one's a little bigger than the bolt we're trying to get out, so I should be able to get down in there and get a pretty good tack on it. That one's stuck either. Come on, girl. Don't fail me. Yeah. It moved a little bit, but then it broke the weld off of it. So we're gonna have to do it again. That's just part of it. That one seemed like it bit pretty good, but I still feel like that one's gonna come off. Just slowly got to work them out. If it's, you know, welded good, you just gotta inch it out little by little. If you just try and send it and just pull it out, it seems like it always breaks the weld. At least on me it does. I think we got her. Seems fairly loose now. So, yes, you can get it out without an extractor. Extractor's probably a little cheaper than a welder, but if you got a welder and you don't have an extractor, just weld a nut to it. You know, it may look like it kind of messes that up, but I'll take a file to this, file it all down, and it'll look good as new. So now that we've got all those fixed, I feel a little better about taking it to the machine shop and letting them do their deal, and you know, get it all fixed up, get the valve job and stuff done on it, and we'll be on our way to hopefully getting this thing running pretty soon. Obviously we still have a lot of work to do on the car, but you know, we're gonna get there. I don't know what else I was gonna show you. That was pretty much all I was gonna do today, and guess I can, maybe I'll bring this to the world today. You're gonna get a little treat. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'll have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. We got a new project in the garage, not just the Chevelle here. That one's coming to a close. I am gonna have to modify this exhaust, get the exhaust up on it and stuff. We'll do a little video on that and stuff too, because we're gonna end up putting it, like making an H pipe and stuff for it. But yeah, we'll get that on there. Got to get a drive shaft and stuff made for it still. I need to get my buddy Andrew over here and have him work his magic. Dude does awesome. He always makes all my drive shafts for everything I do. He makes all of them. Works for a local place here in town called Inland Truck Parts. Sorry, I think that's what it is. Sorry, Andrew. But yeah, he does all the drive shafts and stuff for all of our projects. But with that being said, like I said, there is another project in the shop, and I'm super pumped about this. Growing up, you know, having a dad that raced, and you know, dad's cars were always the best in my eyes. You know, didn't matter if somebody else's car was faster. I could probably make an excuse and be like, oh, well, it's because the sun was shining down and hit the front headlight just a little differently and made dad's car a little slower this time. But my old man's had some pretty fast cars. I don't know if you've seen in some of the videos here last year, I think it was. Oh yeah, we did dyno video. That's right. We did a dyno video on dad's big block dart and the boost knuckle. Well, the time has come where I've kind of convinced my pops to let me do something to one of his cars for once. You know, he's always helped me build my cars in the past when I was a kid growing up, and now I'm in a position where I can help build something for him. So we are actually getting ready to work on the dart, and I don't know if you can see, but it looks to be like there's a motor inside there. It's a mock-up motor, so it's just a foam block, but I know all the Mopar guys. I don't know if there's any of them that watch the channel, but if there are, I'm sorry. Believe me, I'm a Mopar guy too, and I'm Mopar guy enough to know Mopars are freaking expensive, and we're cheap. I've said it 100 times, which is why my old Dodge has got a LS in it. We're doing an LS in Dad's car. I don't know that he wanted anybody to know about this, and PFI Brent actually did a little walk around and kind of looked at the car, and I don't, if you saw his video when he stopped by the house here recently, obviously you've seen this in the background. He walked around and looked at it, and you probably noticed that that was an LS. if we didn't mention it. But we are doing an LS, and it's this LS, this 4.8 that's in the truck currently, we're pulling out and we're putting in there. It's an iron 4.8 single turbo. It's going to be iron 4.8 twin turbo. We're putting twin 62 millimeters on it. They are VS 6262s, mirror image turbos. And these things are wicked. We opted for the journal bearing turbo. I'll show you a little bit here. You probably saw this in the background a couple times, but I mean, that thing is a unit. V-band exhaust housings. So it's gonna make for fabrication and fitment and stuff. It's gonna make that stuff a lot easier. We are doing a motor plate on this setup. The car previously had a motor plate in it. Those tabs don't work, so we're gonna have to weld tabs on the frame rails there. The foam block, I was gonna try and put the foam block in it and then do the tabs and stuff for the motor plate, but I'm not real fond of how not true all the bolt holes are and stuff like that. So I opted to not weld tabs on the frame rails yet, until I get the motor out, the actual motor, and get it set down in there, check the level and center on it and stuff, and then we'll burn in the plates. Yeah, we want to do minimal amounts of cutting. Might be kind of a pain, but we're going to give it a shot and see if we can do it without doing too much harm to what's there. Obviously, you know, we got to burn in plates and stuff, and then I plan on making mounts for the turbos and whatnot. So definitely going to mess up some paint in the engine bay, no matter what we do. So we may end up having to paint an engine bay at some point. But anyways, guess that's going to do it for this video, guys. Just a little tutorial on how to get broken bolts or strip how to get broken bolts out of heads and or fix stripped threads like bolt hole. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we're just teaching how to fix stuff today. And then giving you a rundown of what's to come with this project in the future. So keep following. Updates, you know, will be coming on this one and all the other ones. Probably not this one, because I didn't video any of this stuff. But like I said, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. Keep following along. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. See you guys on the next one.